guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be looking at a drone which is quite popular right now because of its camera quality and low price. That drone is the 811 Aviator Pro. It's an updated version from the original 811 Aviator. Now the version that I have was one that comes with a travel bag, as you can see here. It's definitely nice to have a bag where you can store the drone instead of putting it inside some random backpack without any proper padding to protect it. Anyway, this bag does come with a shoulder strap on the back, and you can adjust it to your fitting. As with many quads that come with a storage bag these days, it has a protective foam cover, and as you can see, the quad and everything that comes with it is nicely stored inside. Here you have the 811 Aviator Pro and all of the accessories that are included with it. It comes with a user manual, a paper with a QR code that takes you to a YouTube video showing you an operational tutorial, and also a manual for operating the H-Fun Fly app via the Wi-Fi connection. Now, I want to stress how important it is that before you operate this or any quad for any matter, that you do take the time to read the entire manual. It's just simple common sense, so do make sure to take the time to read it through. Alright, next we have a box that contains 4 prop replacements, along with 4 small screws, 1 cable to charge the battery, and a mini Phillips head screwdriver, which is pretty much standard for all low-cost drones that you buy in the market today. Let's take a look at the drone. It has a plastic lining on the top, which I'll remove right now. And now we can see clearly the cool looking product logo on the front and the 811 Aviator Pro text labeled on the back. It does look really well made for a budget drone in its class and price point, and it also resembles the Hubsan Zeno in its overall design a bit. It does come with a gimbal cover, which is great. And to remove it, you just turn it over like this and remove it like so. Let's unfold the arms and get a better look at it. The camera has a 2-axis gimbal stabilizer, which means that it'll be able to stabilize your video when the quad moves like this or like this. Now the camera is advertised as having 6K capabilities, but I believe that this only refers to photography, and the image is most likely upscaled in size. For video, the final resolution is 2688 by 1512 at a frame rate of 25 frames per second, and with a video bitrate of 30 Mbps. So I do think that this quad has a lot of potential as far as the image quality goes. It does have a micro SD card slot, which is fantastic because this will allow you to store your videos directly to the card in the highest quality rather than on your phone, which would be saved in a lower quality. Now I wish they had added a rubber cover to protect the card slot. That would have been ideal. On the bottom we have a optical flow lens for altitude hold, and further down it has an LED landing light, which is useful for night flights and orientation as well. Now, as far as the motors go, they are the newer advanced 1806 kV motors. These motors, by the way, have actually been updated on December 2020 from the previous ones featured several months ago, which had different motors on them. The props themselves are very similar to the ones used on the Hubsan Zeno, but seems to be a tad smaller in size. Now, one thing I do like about these arms is that they lock into place really nice and secure, which is definitely nice. On the back is the battery, which is an 11.1 volt, 2850 milliamp LiPo, which is supposed to give you a flight time of around 28 minutes. And it's supposed to be a smart battery as well. The remote itself is pretty basic. And what I like right away is that it has an LCD screen on the front for reading the telemetry separately from the app. It does require 4 AA batteries, which are not included. The 2 antennas do not seem to be active working ones, and as advertised by the manufacturer, it is capable of flying out at a distance of 2,000 meters via the remote with an FPV range between 800 and 1,000 meters when using the app. The joysticks move around nicely, and they don't feel as toyish as other budget drones that I've reviewed in the past. On the front we have several buttons. This one on the top right is for the gyro calibration, which you can also do by moving both joysticks like this. The button on the top left has a dual function, which is for the compass calibration, and you would press it and hold it for 3 seconds to enter that function. And if you just click it once, it'll enter into the orbit or surround flight mode. This one here is the takeoff and landing. This is the photo and video button. One click to take a photo, and press and hold for 3 seconds to record video. On the left here is another dual function button, which is for the headless mode and the return to home function, which you activate by pressing the button for 3 seconds. This here is to arm or disarm the motors, and in the middle is the on and off button. We also have 2 left and right buttons on the top for moving the camera up and down. To turn it on, you press the button on the back for 3 seconds. You do have to wait for it to do its gimbal calibration. Next, you want to turn on the remote and wait for it to sync with the drone. And as I mentioned before, you can quickly calibrate the gyros by doing this. Now, to do a GPS calibration, you have to be outdoors where you're able to connect to the satellites. Just make sure that you have 10 or more satellites available before taking off. If you take off with less than 10, you will probably encounter issues like toilet bowling and other erratic behavior. To connect to the app, go to your phone's Wi-Fi settings, click on the drone's Wi-Fi, and once it's connected, you can go ahead and open the HFun Fly app. Once you're in the app, it'll show you a quick visual guide for the buttons and its functions. Here we have the parameter settings. Here is your flight features, which are zoom, active tracking, hand gesture, GPS remote tracking, surround flight, waypoints, AR, non-UI mode, and virtual reality mode. Here's where you can add filters, photo templates, and music to your videos. Here is to switch from the main camera or bottom camera. To take a picture, just click once, and to record video, press and hold for 3 seconds. Here is the album folder. Here is to control the camera's tilt position, and this is the return home. On the top, we have the telemetry for altitude, distance, vertical speed, horizontal speed, magnetic interference, available satellites, the battery indicator, and your Wi-Fi signal. You also have your map on the bottom, as well as a Find My Drone option, and a new fly zone indicator. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please do add a like to it, and do feel free to subscribe to the channel as well. Don't forget to hit the notify bell so that you'll know when I upload any new videos in the future. Alright, see you guys in the next one.